hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to the worst podcast on the internet, Rough and Rowdy. And I'm your host, Ron Lauro. Excuse me, guys. I'm here tonight at the JPB Racing Garage. And we have Kevin Boucher Jr. here from Flagman Graphics. He's doing a little work on the car. Figured you guys might like to watch a little bit of that, see what it entails for that type of stuff. You know, we're constantly, keeping the car looking good. You know, I don't want to go to a track with a car that's, beat up, dented, can't read the numbers. So, we're constantly maintaining the car, making it look good. And we do have Kevin Boucher here. Hope you don't mind, Kevin. You're on the Rough and Rowdy podcast. There he is, Kevin Boucher Jr., the one and only from Flagman Graphics. I know a lot of you guys know him. Probably a lot of you use him on your cars. He's here tonight. Gonna, for the fourth time, do the doors. Well, this one a little bit more than... The right side has gotten a little more damage than the left side. But at any rate, that's where we're at tonight. We're going to be here doing a little of that. I'm going to be setting up my little tripod, so bear with me if it gets a little crazy. Like I told you before, you subscribed to the worst podcast on the internet. So here we are. And we're going to set up the podcast. We're going to watch Kevin do his magic on the car. Hopefully he doesn't struggle with it tonight. And you guys got any questions? You want to talk about anything that's coming up? So we got the playoff starting at Seekonk this week. So... the chase for the, what is it? The chase for the what, Kevin? What do they call it? Chase for the cup or something for the cup, which it is what it is. It's real. Hi, how you doing? I got to get my glasses, man. Vishnu Maria. Hey, man. That sounds like a unique name. Hope you guys are enjoying this wonderful podcast. So yeah, we're here at the garage. As you can see behind me, we got the cars. Kevin's going to do his thing. If you guys have any questions, want to talk about, we can talk about that. But I just wanted to come on tonight. I haven't been on in a couple of weeks. We had our Labor Day weekend, and I was up in Vermont enjoying some time off from racing. That's what I told myself, at least. There's no other place I'd rather be than at the racetrack, to be honest with you. But we had the weekend off, but Rowdy was racing. Not really. It's a pretty common name. In India. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're watching from India. Hey, we got somebody watching from India.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's great. You guys have any racing, any stock car racing in India? Just curious. I don't know. I have it all over the world, I'm sure, but it's probably more like, if they do, it's probably like a road course thing, I would think, out there. India is, I'm going to put my glasses on. Even though I look like a total geek, I'd rather be able to read these questions and look stupid than struggle. Here we go. India is insane. Oh, wow. Yeah, you have one? You have a car? You race? Wow, cool. That's awesome. So, yeah, we had the weekend. I had the weekend off from the Pro Stocks, and then Seekonk Speedway had it off. They had their thrill show, which I'm sure was a success. But Rowdy ended up doing some racing. He went to Waterford on Wednesday, and then they drove up to Star to do a little racing, Star Speedway in New Hampshire, but ended up getting rained out. So they had to make up on Sunday, but he didn't feel like going up there. So, but then Friday night got rained out. Then Saturday he went back to Waterford and he raced there. So he did a little racing, and now this is going to be a busy week for him. He's got Friday night Seekonk in the Legends, and then Saturday he'll be running the Pro Stock and the 91 Ayla Martin Motorsports late model. It's the white and purple one. If you guys saw that yet. But yeah, he'll be running that, and then he goes to Sunday for their final show for the Wild and Wacky Wednesdays at Waterford, and he finishes that season up over there. So it should be a good weekend of racing, and you know, we'll see what happens. Indian traffic is a race itself. He said, the guy from India said, India traffic is a race itself. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. I'll have to look up some videos of some India racing or India streets and see exactly how they have. What kind of car do you have there? Let me see. I'm probably saying it wrong. Vish. Sorry, man. Vishnu. Yeah, I probably got it right now. You know, probably got it right. Yeah, so we got a busy week of racing. We're getting the Pro Stock ready for Saturday. Pretty much, we just got to do the finish the lettering on the car and do a little bit of setup. We did all the maintenance that needed to be done, like we do every week, as far as the you know, the cleaning of the car and the nutting and bolting and fixing any body work. We had a little bit of body work to fix, so we did that last week, and we had, you know, the week off, so it kind of helped out with us not having to you know, rush around and get things done. But I'm gonna take a walk outside. I want to show you who's there. Junior, what's happening, buddy? How are you? Bro, what? I don't know, bro. It's real. What's up, bro? I don't know. You like my glasses? Do I look really fucking Poindextery, stupid? Of course I do. I'm gonna walk out here. Hold on. So going outside, I'm gonna show you some crappy shit. Zainab. Ha. All right, what's up, Zainab? Look, so this is from last week, the door. I don't know if you can really see it too well, but you can see me, you know, it's pretty destroyed. Oh, and there's another one. This one was worse. This was a few weeks ago. So we got a collection. We have a collection of doors. Whoa, get that motherfucker over. You know, we got some used tires here. Anybody looking for some used tires? Yeah, so we got some old body panels here from when we bought the car from Tom Scully. And they've been sitting here, and we're saving them for Stephanie. We got the doors still here. We still have the doors. We got everything. But I don't know if they still want those or not. But anyway, so we're at the garage. You can get the race trailer over here. All right, here's the trailer. All right, here's the trailer. Over at the garage. Oh, here, watch Kevin do his magic. Wow, getting good at that, Kevin, now. Looking good. Look at that. Sweet. So, yeah, I kind of like a loss for words today. I don't know. It's thank you, nice car. Thank you, appreciate it. We got two of them in here. I got the black, all black late model with the black numbering, and then we got the Pro Stock, which one's a super late model, one's a late model they call them. So just a step up or step down, whatever you want to, half full, half empty, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I know, right? Laughing. I know I'm laughing too, because I don't know what the hell to say today. I figured we have a little bit more. Good thing he's always winning to keep paying for the door panels and the new numbers. Yeah, Joe, you're right. I know. Yeah, he is definitely a good driver, and a lot of times it's not, you know, his deal. Last week this door was. I wish I knew how to post the pictures. I got a picture up. I don't know how to do that. I wish I gotta really figure some shit out. But yeah, what happened, he was on the inside coming off a 4, and there was a couple of cars. I think one of them was the number 52. He got sideways and tried to catch it, and he ended up driving into the door. Luckily, it was the door, and not the, hold on, my battery's croaking over here, I don't know why. We're all plugged in and shit. We should be good. Alright, I don't know, not the battery part. And luckily hit the door and not the front right tire, because that would have probably ended our night. Either gave us a flat or knocked the toe way out of whack. So yeah, we're it's real. You're gonna troll some people. All right, we'll see you. Have fun trolling. Yeah, so yeah, I know. I probably bored him to death. That's probably why he probably left. Yeah, it's not. I didn't have this show planned. I just figured, hey, what the heck, I haven't been on in a while. I wanted to just come on and just say, yeah, we're still here, and I want to, come up with some good content and start. I know I keep saying this, but I am busy between my work and everything. I mean, just took a look on my desk here. Look, see the jobs, all the jobs we got going here. We got plans and stuff, and so we're busy. At work. I got my feet up on the desk. Hey, here's the puppy. Pet the puppy. What? I don't know. But so yeah, so we had a good weekend up in Vermont. Hung out by the fire and just chilled. Chilled out. Had some good food and a couple of drinks to help relax. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I figured we have some people in the chat. We have some questions, and we could work off of those. But basically, getting what? Hi, bye. Wayne, hey Ron, how you doing, bud? Love you too. I'm glad you're watching. Yeah, we had a nice time up there, Wayne. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Just we're chilling out at the office right now, and like I said, Kevin's in there. Let's see, what's he doing in there now? Oh, there he is. He's still going to town, getting stuff done. You know? So, anyway. I gotta clean that lens in the back here. A little foggy when I was looking at it. You know? Yeah, so this morning, yeah, we got up, went outside with the dog, and one of my chickens didn't make it into the coop last night. So when I got out there, I'm doing my what work? Hold on, I'll tell you the chicken story in a minute. I gotta put my funky glasses. You're doing your homework. Good. You should be doing your homework. You know, don't get your homework done and then do what you got to do. Have some fun. I was never much on homework. That's why I'm in the construction business now. I didn't like school. I didn't like homework. So a lot of times I didn't do the homework. So a lot of times I would be going to school like dreading it. Like, oh no, I didn't do my homework, blah, 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 blah. Somehow I ended up graduating by the skin of my teeth, and now I'm here in the construction. Yeah, oh yeah, do your homework. Have a good job, and you don't have to get into the labor force, which isn't bad. I'm not saying anything against it. You know, I've been in it my whole life, but if you can use your mind instead, I think that is a plus, you know, and even if not, you know, it's good to be educated in whatever you do, you know, the more you know, the better, you know, the better things, you know, the more you know, right? So, you know, being educated is a plus, you know. I'm still learning at 59, you know what I'm saying? Still learning. I wish I would, you know, had applied myself a little bit more in school, but I guess, you know, everything happens for a reason. You need to accept where you are and what you do. And, you know, I love what I do, obviously. I've been doing it for over 40 years now. Oh, hey, look at this plant. This plant looks dead. Well, it's got water in it, but look at that thing. Look at this plant. It doesn't look too good. Like, look at that. Let me see. Anything. I don't know. I think I need to repot that, put it in a little bigger pot and get some more dirt in there so that thing will live a little bit longer. What do I have right now? What do you mean, what do I have right now? I don't know what you're asking. Be a little more specific. Hey, what's happening? Hi, Uncle Ron. Yeah, Uncle Ron's chilling at the shop, actually in the office and shop over here. Equestrian Mac Motorsports. Mackenzie Cloutier, I think I'm saying it right. She drives the Bandolero over at Seekonk Speedway. She's an up-and-coming driver over there. She runs at Seekonk on Fridays and runs at the Waterford Speed Bowl on Wednesdays. I don't know if Mac's watching, but hi Mac, how are you? Keep it up. Just keep digging. You know, the first year is always the hardest, but you've been getting better and better, and you know, the more you race, the better you get. Just like anything, it's practice, 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 practice. Seat time. Okay, it's real. What does it say? My profile looks good in real life. Oh, I don't know what you're saying. Your profile. Let me see. Let me see. Yo, does my profile pic looks good me in real life. I don't know. I haven't seen your profile pic. I don't know. Said it right. Love your podcast. I think I was boring everybody over here. And of course, I love supporting the young and upcoming drivers. You know, they need that. It's tough. It's a tough sport. And I always tell people, you know, in racing, you come to the track, you know, and you come set up, you get your car, you think everything's great, you know. You just have a little bit of bad luck, and there you go. But the thing is in racing is most sports you come to your baseball team or your football team, your hockey team, whatever. You come, there's two teams, and those two teams compete to win. So you have a 50% chance of winning. You know, so if you look at the numbers like that, I think you start thinking like, oh wow, you know, I come to the track, you know, there's 15 or there's 20 cars, but there's only one winner. You know, it's one winner. I don't have my calculator in front of me, but I know the odds are a lot less than 50%. So it's a tough sport. You know, everybody's competing for that win. You know, 20 teams come, 15 teams, whatever. They all come for that win. And you know, racing is. I mean, it is I think it's one of the toughest sports. You know, you come there, you have your car prepared, everything's good. You go out, you're the fastest car in practice or heats or whatever, and all it takes is a little bit of bad luck. You know, what time do I have? Oh, here it's just a little after 7 p.m. See, but you know, that's why I always say, you know, racing is like 75-80% luck, you know, and the other 20% is preparation, driver, team, all of that stuff. But if you don't have that other 20%, then you're gonna struggle. I believe that, you know, you got to come to the track 100%. The car has to be 100%. The driver needs to be 100%. The team has to be 100%. Everybody has to be, you know, on their game, and then you let the cards roll, you know, the dice, whatever you want to call it. You know, you just let it go, and you go out there, you do your best, and you finish where you finish. And, you know, you can't push the car past what the car is. You know, you have a 5th place car, it's going to be a 5th place car. You try to push it past that, that's when stuff starts to happen, you know. You know, you might get lucky, car in front, 2 cars might get into each other. You might end up finishing 3rd, or you might, you know, finish 2nd, or, you know, with a 5th place car. And, you know, it's great. But, yeah, it is a tough sport, and it can be intimidating at times, you know. I haven't drove, or actually raced. I've drove a car. I took the car out, I don't know, last year or 2 years ago. I took the Legend out and stuff like that with no other cars on the track. And I tell you, you know, you come off that corner and you're coming up to that wall, it's pretty intimidating. And now you think about it, you've got, you know, cars on both sides of you, you know, cars in front of you, behind you. There's a lot happening. Let me see. Bye, I'm going to leave. I'm going to subscribe. Oh, thanks. Please subscribe. The more people that subscribe, the better. I like it. And, you know, sometimes we have better content, sometimes we have worse. Tonight might be one of the bad ones. But like I said, it's the worst podcast on the internet. I'm only kidding with that too. You know, I'm trying to make it a good one. Do you set the car up depending on weather conditions, temperature, humidity, or is that the old days? No. Basically, you know, Mark, how you doing, Mark? I'm going to answer Joe. Basically, yes. Well, when we set it up in the shop, we set the car up, you know, to what we've gotten, the information on the races. You know, we come back, we try to set it back up to where we were. If we found something that we like, so we put that back in there. And as far as, temperature, weather conditions and stuff like that. Yeah, we do that at the track. You know what I'm saying? We know, okay, we get there, it's hot, it's, humid, and then we know feature time, the car's gonna, the track's gonna cool off, or if it's humid, you got some dew, on the track. All that stuff takes, that all goes into the equation, so yeah, we do that. And if you're not doing that, then that's when it bites you because, and sometimes you think, okay, the track's going to cool down and you go to set it up and, you miss it. It's not always perfect. It doesn't always work out where, you go there, you got a good car, practice, you're fast, you go, and then you try to make some changes for the race, and if you don't get it right, then you're screwed. Mark, you're out there racing the track. Actually, the other cars, not the other cars. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You race the track, obviously, but when you are a new driver or an old driver that haven't driven in a while, and you get out there in a pack of cars, it's a little more intimidating than when you're out there by yourself just running laps. You got the whole track, you can bring it up to the wall, come down. When you got other cars around you, then now you're working. You got a guy that checks up in front of you, and you're not, you can hit him, or you try to check up, and the guy behind you hits you. So, it's yeah, you do race the track, but you got to race the cars too. You got to know what's going to happen, and in a good driver is always looking, 4 or 5 cars ahead, looking and seeing what's happening and what he thinks going to happen, because you got to be able to see that wreck happening before it happens. You're going to see these guys banging and bouncing and saying, yeah, this is something's going to happen. What is going to happen? What am I going to do? Because that's how you avoid those wrecks. Joe, yeah, you're welcome, Joe, anytime. I like having some questions. Yeah, I know you remember, Mark, so, but, us old timers, you haven't been out there in a while, you get out there, it's I don't know. I know my reaction time isn't as good as it was back in the day, but, with some of these guys, you got, Rick Martin's still running, winning races, you got, oh God, I have a brain fart now. The 91 late model. Somebody help me. Rose, Charlie Rose. Yeah, I got it before you guys got me. So not that the sometimes it kicks in, but it is what it is. But you have guys like that are still out there. Thanks, Joe. That is still out there racing, doing well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mark, you're laughing at me, huh? Oh, shit. But, yeah, so let's take a look, see how Kevin's making out over here. Let's see. I said we have Kevin Boucher here tonight. He's in here. Flagman Graphics. You know that he is a flagman at Seekonk Friday nights. He's the guy up in the stand. Whoa, look at this bad boy. Wow, look at that. Starting to look back new again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's sexy. She's sexy. Wow, you did that quick this time. Well, last time we were here, we were struggling with that. One time you just ripped it up, threw it in a ball. He just ripped it up, threw it in a ball. Oh, man, got a new Feeney Pinkerton going, one of our sponsors. Oop, I got a little bit of sticky on me here. Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh, I'm getting all tangled up. All right, here we go. Now, some new graphics on there, making her look pretty again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got that down to a science now, Kevin. I get that door off and door back on in a matter of minutes. Not something I wanted to get good at, but it is what it is, Oh, Joe Pavo says, good job, Kevin. You know Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he does great work, I tell you. Always taking a look at that car. And we've been racing this all year. So the doors we have to change every once in a while because it's just what it is. You know, people just rub. They've watched Days of Thunder too much and, rubbing his race and shit. I don't know. I think if you can drive by a guy clean without touching him, I think that's more racing. But hey, they can think what they want. I actually got my mics working today, Kevin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's actually working. I think everybody can hear me well, right? Guys can hear me well, right, with these new mics. Finally got, I think they just needed to be fully charged. I think when I got them, I never really let them stay on long enough to, oh yeah, that's better. Now we can see the whole car right there, Ralph. Wow, nice, nice, nice. Go back. Yeah. Jason Hollenbach. Gotta get that. Hey, did you see the ones I showed just a little while ago? I got like 3 or 4 of them. One's going to our crew chief, Timmy Potter. He wants one of them for his garage, but I have another one. You want one, let me know. You can either come by the shop and pick it up. We're 7 minutes from the Speedway, so.
Should have raffled them off at the pit party.
Oh yeah, right. Should have raffled them off, right. Nah, I didn't do much at the pit party this year, Kev. Usually we did. We didn't even go out for fans on parade, and I don't know. Just been so tied up with, with this car, in that division. It's like so tight, you know what I mean? You gotta be on your game. So we're trying, trying to compete, and now we gotta go into this crazy, what's it called? Chase. I just don't like the chase thing. I don't know. I just feel that guys that, have been a 6th place or 8th place, 6th place car all year, and then all of a sudden get to win a championship because of one race. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 races that you race to get points, and then the 4 highest points, guys race one race, and that determines a winner. I just don't think it's fair. At the end of the year, you still got the old windshield hung up. Cool. And pretty soon you'll have a whole car, Jason. I've got some other parts down there too. I've got hoods. That stuff out there is the outside stuff. I got a bunch of stuff inside too. Yes. Jason is a big fan. He does support the track, and he supports Rowdy and our team, which we love, and he's always there rooting for us, and yeah, I see him at the track every Saturday. I don't know, I think he might come Fridays too. I apologize, Jason. Like I said, I'm getting old. I can't remember everything, but I know you're there every Friday, and you're probably there on every Saturday, and you're probably there on Fridays too. There we go. Take off the old number. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I refused to change that door. I just said, hey, you know something? Put a new number on it. End of the year's here, and then next year we'll put some new doors and new body on it and stuff. It's a lot. You gotta stay out of the man's way. He's trying to make a living over here. He wants to get out of here, get it done, and go home. He worked a full day, and now he's doing this. You got more cars to do tonight, or this it? Oh, that's good. That's good. Now you can go and relax a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah, we had to pull the tranny out this week and put another new clutch in it. No, we're just being preventative. You know what I'm saying? I figured we only got 4 races left. I want to try to eliminate anything that's gonna, anything that could happen. Eliminate it. Well, we put new clutch discs in. We didn't replace the whole clutch, obviously. We just put the discs in. Oh, you're looking for the old. I'm sure there's a scuff mark somewhere you can go by. You do anything Labor Day, Kevin? Did you go to the track, to that crazy show?
No, we went to Waterford on Saturday.
Yeah. Just go to watch, or are you with one of the teams helping out?
No, I went to watch.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I'm ready for that to-do list. Wow, you do got this.
Yep. Went to Waterford. Had some friends over on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Had a fire.
A little too cool to go in the pool, no?
Huh?
A little too cool to go in the pool?
Too cold.
Nah, my wife's still going in it. She's nuts. It's and now we got leaks in the liner, and the water was coming out. We get the pool's only 7 years old, right? Above ground. And I guess it rotted some of the metal, so now she sends me a video. The water's peeing out the side. Had the guy there today. He's in there, him and another guy in there swimming around fixing holes. He calls me. He goes, "We've already patched 12 holes in this thing." The ants have been the ants. What they do is when there's no water, they actually will eat through the liner to get to the water. Yeah. So he's I don't know if you want me to keep going. He says, I think they said there's 6 more or something. He was, I think you're probably better off just, putting a new liner. So that's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to just put a new liner on it. And this way next year we're all set,
She's trying to get every last ounce of that.
Oh, yeah, she wants, yeah. Joe says, just don't put it way up the front like the cup cars. No, we put it towards the back. This way we have room for these sponsors from the track here. What do they call those sponsors? The contingency sponsors. So we do that and we push it back, and this way gives us enough room. And I kind of like it pushed back like that. I don't know if I like the cup car thing like that, but I guess if you've got a big sponsor on the back rear quarter, I think that's that's nice. You can bring it up forward. You got a little more room for the sponsor, and racing, especially up in those division, it's all about the sponsors. You know what I mean? You don't have the sponsors, you aren't gonna be doing it. Where's the Thorpe TV sponsor sticker? I don't know, Montario. Why don't you go on there next time they're on their podcast? Ask them, be like, yo, why don't you guys sponsor the 30 Pro Stock? Yeah, I haven't seen Grace in a while. I'd like to do another show with her. That was fun when we did that. That was my first Prism Live show, and she helped me out a lot, and actually doubled up my followers, which I'm still struggling to get them. Joe Pavo says it looks great. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know them that well, but I haven't seen them. They haven't been up on. They haven't been on the podcast in 3 days or so. I think the last time they were up on there, but I don't know. I think Grace has, a lot of potential with her podcast. I think she, if she found the right niche, the right, things to talk about. I think I don't really particularly like the content that they have. They always following other streamers, and saying how bad they are and what they do. I don't know. I think she could do a lot better, and she's really good at it. I mean, she's unbelievable as far as she has the what am I going to say, on camera she's great. I mean, she looks great on camera, but yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Kevin's almost done here. It looks like he's wrapping up, putting his stuff away. Kevin's gonna send me a bill someday, because before I know it, I'm gonna owe him my house. He's gonna get me a bill. I'm gonna be like, what? He's gonna have it all. 5 times a door, 7 times a Feeney Pinkerton, a blah blah blah. But
You're ready for it, brother.
well, I'm ready. I'm always ready. Well, I always told you, anytime you're ready, just send me whatever you need, and I'll send you a Venmo or Cash App or a check. All right, brother.
All right.
Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on the show. You got anything you want to say to anybody out there? I know our Seekonk Speedway people are watching right now.
All right, get your butts to the track when 4 more races left.
Yeah, right. That's absolutely. Get your asses to the track. All right, and you heard it from the flagman himself. All right, buddy. Thank you again. You have a great night.
You too.
I'm going to be finishing up my podcast and going home to the dog. I got you. All right, see you, brother.
See you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So, I got my glasses on. So anyway, yeah, so we get the car, it's all done. We'll take a walk around just to give you one more look around. See how nice she looks. So here we are. So, put the new number, the new Feeney Pinkerton. She looks sweet. She looks sweet. She looks sweet. Look at that. Yeah, remember, like and subscribe to the Rough and Rowdy podcast. We need to get some more subscribers here, so we have some more, more people on here, so we can have some Q&A, some questions. I love answering questions to racing if I can, if there's something I know, look inside. Yeah, she's a beauty. Yeah, I gotta do a little cleaning in here. Needs to get a little wipe down on the inside and outside. But yeah, she's looking good. Whoa, what time? We've been on for 43 minutes. I know that's not long, but for me, when you don't have a lot to talk about, it's a long time just to ramble on, as Led Zeppelin said. But I'm glad everybody was coming in and watching, and going to try to come up with something good to talk about next stream, or get somebody that I can get on the show, even if I have to bring him here. I struggle with this technology stuff, to be honest with you. But look at this. I got myself an iPad mini, which I had. As a matter of fact, I've had the iPad mini, but I was thinking about trying to maybe use that for streaming, and try to use that, and then while I had my phone, I can send out the link so people can, come on the stream. I got to learn that. I was hoping that maybe I could get another lesson from Grace Thorpe. She helped me out so much with just getting me hooked up with Prism and some of the stuff for the podcast. And I don't know if you're watching, Grace. I'd love to, have you come by again and do, give me a couple more pointers. Jason, I'd love to share. I'd love for you to share more of your old Seekonk racing stories. Didn't get into the New England scene until a few years ago. Yeah, I started racing in the '90s and in the street stock divisions and raced for quite a few years. So yeah, I got some stories. I just gotta pull them out of the old noggin here and get them. I got some pictures too from some of the old cars, and like I said, I'd love to be able to pull those up on screen, which I'm sure it's possible. I just hate hitting buttons while I'm on with you guys, because if I hit a button and I hit the wrong thing, I don't know if I'll be coming back. I can try though. I mean, I can try hitting a button. Let me see. Let's go over here. I gotta put my glasses on because I can't see these little words, obviously, and I'm making you guys dizzy, right? I'm sure. Have a good night, man. I'll be dropping through when I can. Montero, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you coming on and checking us out. I'm hoping to have more, better content for you guys, but right now this is what it is, and I'm going to come on and talk. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can. But thank you very much, and if you have anybody that's into racing and stuff like that, maybe you can turn them on to our channel and have them subscribe, like and subscribe to the Rough and Rowdy podcast. Thanks, bud. We'll see you on the next one. Mark, what's up, buddy? What's up? Back then it was some serious racing. Believe that, yeah. The count card were high. It was full field. I remember the street stocks when I started. It was 125 cars. That's where everybody, they see the 116 Pepe. That's where the number came from, because they ran out of numbers. You got up to 99, you had more cars. What are you going to do? So that's when they got more numbers. You see these old cars with 3-digit numbers, and there's a reason for that, because there was so many cars that they needed to put 3 digits on there. And we would go to the track, and there would be consies, heat races, consies, C main, B main, A main, just to get into the main feature, the A main feature. If you got into that race, you did well, You were like, oh, I made it, you know what I mean? It was crazy. It was crazy, Mark. I know. A lot of cars there. And then, slowly, we look back at the street stocks that we raced back then in the 90s. They weren't even as complex as the pure stocks that they race on Friday nights. The street stocks or sportsmen that they run now are pretty much like the late models, or what do they call them, the Chargers back then, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So the sport, the sport has evolved. Okay, yes, it has evolved, but it got to the point where it's evolved to the money. The money is like, it's so expensive to get into this sport and to race. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. That's why the car count is down. You say, oh, the car counts were a lot more. Of course they were. Back then you got a street stock, you put a roll cage in it, and you went to the junkyard and you bought parts. You know what I'm saying? You got a junkyard motor. You did a little bit of, if you knew how to work on a motor, you did a few things, try to get that thing, fast. It was no going to engine builders and all of that stuff. Everybody did it in the garage, everything, And back then, these lettering guys, They weren't like that. The guy would come to your shop at midnight and he'd be there with a paintbrush and he'd be painting the numbers on there. You know what I mean? It wasn't, or you did it yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's crazy how the sport has evolved from where, from the 90s to where we are now. And just alone, just think about, helmet, fire suit, gloves. I mean, right now you spend a cheap helmet, you're spending $700. A fire suit, a cheap, like a fire suit, a Simpson fire suit, a 2-layer. That's $700. A pair of shoes, a few $100. The gloves, another couple of $100. You're spending tons of money. I remember back then, Mark, we used to wear our work boots, right? Work boots, and you had a fire suit that was a 1-layer fire suit, had an open face helmet, and you had a pair of gloves, race gloves, maybe, but it wasn't like it was back then, and if you go even further before we raced, those guys were in their friggin' shorts, fucking a little cap helmet, cigar in their mouth, one a little seat belt, and away they went. You know what I mean? Those guys, like they say, most sports you only need one ball, but in racing you need two. You know what I mean? Oh shit. I see Mark. I know I can't read a. Yeah, 2-piece suit. I still have mine. I got it in the closet. It's funny, Yeah, old school content. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, it's crazy where we came from, where this sport has come from, just running running cars that they would just pull out of the junkyard. I mean, I get some old pictures, Freddie Estelle used to race for me. He sent me pictures of his uncles when they raced, these old cars. You look at these things, they got these tires where I don't know where they found them in the junkyard, but they were bald, or friggin' everything is, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. Yeah, you gotta have, 2 balls, and then they have to be big ones. Exactly. So, like I was saying earlier, everybody comes to any other sport, you come and there's 2 teams, 1 team wins. You go to the track, back in the day, it was, if you were racing street stocks, there was 125 cars. To win that race, man, you had to be doing something right, and you had to be, you had to have the luck on your side too. But well, we had some good times racing back then. We used to pit out in the dirt where, where the pit booth is, where you pay to get in. So when you come driving in, the pit booth is on your left side there, if you're driving in the back there, and then all down there, that's where all the street stocks used to pit. And then behind the pit booth, there's this cement, I don't know if anybody's noticed, there's a cement pad. That cement pad is actually a scale. So we would run over those scales, and if they wanted to check our left side, we would just put the left side tires on there, and we'd weigh the car, then they put the left side tires on there, and they would check out, that's how they weighed them. It was none of these 4-pad scales like they got now, checking all of that. It was a lot easier to cheat back then. You know what I'm saying? So the guys that what can I say? They're the guy, the load rocks in the tires. Yeah. The guys that were, what's the word I want to use? They were, I wanted to say it a funny way, but it's not going to work. But the guys that were cheating and not getting caught, those are the guys that were always fast. You know what I'm saying? I got a story, okay? I got a story. A guy used to build my cars, and everybody probably knows old Jim McCallum. Jim McCallum was Mr. Pro Stock. He was the man. He showed up at a track. He was the man to beat, But he was telling me his story that he had a car that he built. And, yeah, no, nobody cheated, Mark, right? Nobody cheated. Only cheating if you get caught, right? So, anyways, back to McCallum. Jim McCallum, great guy. God rest his soul. I loved him. We used to hang out with him and his wife Judy all the time, and we used to go racing with them, camping. You know, bring the trailers and go camp and race. And he was telling me a story one time. He had built a car that he had put a pump, and then he had water in the frame rail that he could pump the water from one side to the other. So he, yeah, I miss him too, Mark. And he, you know, left side weight is great. So, you know, I mean, the more left side weight helps the car. So, but that's why they have a left side weight rule. So you can only be, I don't know what it is, 52%. I don't know exactly the number. So don't go by the number I'm saying. So what he would do is when he would go out on the track, because they would scale the cars after, so he'd be out on the track with a lot more left side weight. And then when the race was over and he was pulling off, he'd hit the switch and the water would pump over to the other side. So then when he went over the scales, he was legal. One time, they won the race. They were going over the scales, and obviously the chassis must have, from the water being in and out of there all the time, must have started rotting a little bit. There was a little hole. The water was leaking out while they were going over the scales and stuff. So one of his pit guys were telling him, like, Jim, just let's go. Come on. Like, let's get the lead. So they just rushed in. They went in, they got over the scales and went to their pits. But that's a story, you know what I mean? So you think about, that's back in the day when he was doing that stuff. So you can imagine what these guys do now, you know, a little more intricate and, you know, but, you know, now too, the tech is a little more advanced. So as the tech gets advanced, you know, these guys that, you know, finagle or, you know, push the limits, whatever you want to call it, you know, they have to get a little more, I suck with words, but you know what I'm trying to say, you know. So, yeah, Jim had some stories. Well, another one, right? We used to go to the track, right? And we'd be sitting there waiting to go out, or there's a, you're there all day, especially when you travel. Get up in the morning, you're sitting around, you get the breakfast, you're doing whatever. So Jim used to bring a fishing pole. I'm like, Jim, what do you got a fishing pole for? I should just say, Mark. Rick Hanito. Yep, here you go. Another driver, another good driver. Rick Hammertoe, right? You used to call him. So Jim used to bring us a friggin' fishing pole, right? And spelling his name, I have butchered it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Ricky Hanito, but we used to call him Hammertoe. So we bring a fishing pole. And I'm like, Jim, what's a fishing pole for? I'll show you. Look, he had a washer, a big washer, and tied the string, you know, like on where you would put your hook, right? Put a washer there. And then he would take tape, and he rolled the tape so it was sticky on both sides, like double stick tape. And he'd take a dollar bill, and he'd wrap it so the dollar bill was stuck to it on both sides of to the washer. And he would sit there. And, you know, people would be coming walking by, and before the people would come, he'd cast it out, and the dollar would be out there. And then people would become walking, and as they're walking, he would kind of like pull it a little bit. And just like you're fishing, you know, you kind of pull it, and the dollar would look like it was blown in the wind. So that would catch somebody's eye. They were like, oh, a dollar. So as soon as they see it, he starts pulling a little bit, and they're like going to get it. And as they go to bend over to get it, he pulls it away from them. And then the people usually will look up and be like, oh, right there, you bastard, you got me, right? One time we're at Seacog Speedway, and we're sitting back in the day, the Pro Stocks used to go up against the wall where the pit road is now. You know how they have the pit road for the guys? So back then, that's where the Pro Stocks pits were. So you'd pit over there, and you'd sit there, and, you know, people would be walking by the thing. So one time, he's got the fishing pole, and he casts it out. And here comes Mr. Vendetti. He comes walking. You know Mr. Vendetti. He's walking. Right? He's walking. And Jim has the dollar bill out there, right? And all of a sudden he pulls it a little bit. Mr. Vendetti sees it. And he walks over there to pick it up. And Jim yanks it. And Mr. Vendetti looks up at him. Give him like a dirty look. And just kept walking. Oh, funny. We used to have so much fun with that fishing pole and a dollar bill that, I mean, you know, because sometimes you're at the track for hours. You get bored. You're sitting in there. Nowadays, yeah, you got your phone. Everybody's like, meow, 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 playing with their phones. Meow, 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 meow. You go in trailers. You know, it's not like the old days. The old days, you'd be busting, you know, chops. You'd be talking about the racing. You know, you're doing stupid things like that. You freaking with the fishing pole and... You know, you kept yourself occupied, you know, on those long days of racing, you know. But I tell you, we had some fun. I got some stories with him. Oh God, yeah. We've been up to Wiscasset racing. We've been all over with him. And I'd ask him, Jim, you know, we're going up to Wiscasset, Jim. How what's the direction? You head north. That's all he would say. Head north. Oh, here comes Mama in her robe. We're on the Rough and Rowdy podcast.
Hi, guys.
That's Mama.
This
Rosalie.
Great
Jason.
Grandma. I couldn't fall asleep. I had to take the other little guy home. And I said, let me come and see Ronnie.
And Jason Hollenbach was watching.
Hi, Jason.
Yeah, Mark. And we got a few people.
Hi, Mark.
And the car just got all leaded up, Ma. All new letters on it.
Here. Let it up.
Yeah, on the side. The door got smashed. We just put
Why
in.
is that car over there, that white car?
That's one of the cars that we sell, but there was something wrong with it. Tony was working on it, and he's leaving, and he's going to come tomorrow and get it, fix it.
So what do we got on here?
We had to put new numbers on the doors.
Door.
Yeah, whole new door, everything. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's nice.
Doesn't it? It looks so nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Jason.
I like the feature.
Let me see. What's Jason saying? Jason says, Rose, you rock. See you soon. Yeah, she'll be there Friday and Saturday. Don't worry.
I'm feeling the car.
Mark says hi. Hi, Mom, with a heart. Yeah.
Mark, the car feels good. I wish it was somebody about 35 years old.
Oh, God. You hear? She's nuts. Oh, shit.
The door is so smooth.
I know. Brand new door. Isn't it nice? Car looks so nice.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to go home and make myself a cone of chocolate ice cream.
I'm going to go home and eat some food. Lisa's at yoga, so when she gets done.
All right. Well, I just want to check up on you.
Were you watching at home? You weren't watching?
Well, I watch sometimes. I never.
You weren't watching it?
The other day they had that podcast.
A podcast?
The one with Jacob on it.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
They were all taking a fit laughing because the main guy there must have farted.
Oh.
And he stunk up the whole place. And they were all making fun of him.
You sure it wasn't Rowdy?
No, he wasn't there, Jacob.
Oh, God.
So now tomorrow, does he have to win Friday, does he have to win?
No. It goes by points, the first three races. So the first three races are points.
Okay.
Right now, he's ahead of the points. He got 3 points.
Right.
So they go 3 races.
All right.
The 4 guys who have the most points,
Yep.
the last race, he has to finish in front of those 3 guys.
All right, well, all right.
Yeah, that's what sucks about it. Wayne says, love you, Rosalie.
Who's Wayne?
Wayne Geis. Carol's
Hi,
Wayne.
Wayne.
Yep. So, yeah.
Tell Carol I said hi.
Carol says hi.
The cheesecake was good. I had some.
Mark, I hope you're not peeing yourself.
No, why?
Because he's laughing. He's laughing his ass off. I don't know why, but
I
he's
laughed because I got my robe on.
yeah, she got a robe.
I have no shoes on.
No shoes.
No bra.
Hey! All right, Ma. This is PG. This is PG.
I didn't swear.
I know you didn't swear.
Bye.
Bye, Ma. Love you. Bye. Oh boy, we had a special guest then.
Ronnie,
What?
that's the most exciting it's been since I've been on it.
I know it is. We're gonna probably have all kinds of people watching now. Oh, God. All right. See, you never know what's going to happen on the Rough and Rowdy podcast. But I hope you guys are having fun. But it's almost 8 o'clock. I've been working and here since 8 o'clock. And I'm getting hungry. I only have a few snacks in here and I want to go home. Put my feet up on the couch, not over on my desk. I spend too much time in this office. But the fun part about my office is right at the door here, I can walk right in my garage. So I can be here working, and then if I say, oh, I need some race car, I go bang, and I go in there and I get some race car. So it's great to be able to be at work and the race car. And championship by points. Mark, I totally agree. I was just saying that earlier, that, you know, you get a guy that's an sixth place guy that's run sixth place, and he has a couple of good races now. He makes it into the final four, and he wins the championship. He's the champion, but I don't think he's the champion. You know what I mean? A champion who did well and busted their chops every week to be on top of the point, to be the champion, is the champion. And we lost it the last 2 years in a row in the late model division that way. We won all three. We were points leader. We go into the chase. We won the first 3 races. The first 3. The fourth one, we didn't do well, and we ended up losing it. Same with last year. The same thing happened. You know, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Cup does it. Yeah, it brings but we're not Cup, and you know, we work. You know, we don't have corporate sponsors and all of this. We work hard. We spend a lot of our own money to get to where we are. So, you know, everybody has their opinion. This is just my opinion. You know, some people love it, but. Oh, so sorry, Paul. Paul, you got me laughing over. It's not Mark, it's Paul. Sorry, Paul. You're right. I gotta keep my glasses on. I hate these things, though, man. Look at them, man. I look like freaking. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Paul. Yeah, they should do it like you did it years ago. They still do it at some tracks, you know. I think Seaconk's like one of the only ones to do it. Waterford still does it, you know, the points. You know, a lot of these tracks just do it by points, you know. Seaconk wanted to try to make it interesting, I guess. You know, I totally agree with you. That's my opinion. That's your opinion. I don't know how many other people have the same opinion, but yeah, I guess Seaconk, you know, that's their rules. So if we want to play on their track, we got to follow their rules. You know, so I always tell Rowdy, listen, you know, last 2 years you were the late model champion. You know, you won all those races. He did win by points. After we added up all the points, he still did win by points. But, you know, it doesn't matter to them. But, yeah, I agree with you, Paul. Mark, yeah, your mom's, she's a ride. No, I know what you meant. She's nuts. She's crazy. You got to come visit her at the track. You want to see crazy? Come to the track. Go sit with her. And it's a whole nother show right there. It's a whole nother show. You ask Jason. Ask anybody that sits over there. Old school, 4 in a row. Oh, yeah. That's Raymond Estelle. We know who you are now, Flying Fred. 4 in a row. That's right. And I'm so proud of that. I still bring that up every time. And I was saying that earlier to somebody. I was on the phone, and I'm like, yeah. You know, we were talking about how we won the first championship, and it was like, you know, Dave had it in the bag. You had to win the race, Fred, and he had to crash. And this is where I always say that luck is, you know, 75%, 80% of racing, because that night the luck was on our side. He ended up crashing. It wasn't lucky for him, you know, it's unfortunate, but you ended up winning the race, and that's when we won our first championship. And then we backed it up 3 more times. So 4 in a row. It wasn't a fluke. It was the real deal. So no one can ever take that away from us. And now I want to make it, we did it 2008, 9, 10, and 11. Now I want to make one for 2025 with Rowdy in the 30. I think that would be unbelievable. But yeah, Freddie, those were the days, the old school points, straight up points. You raced, you raced, and you got the points that you worked for. You know, it's none of this bullshit that you. I shouldn't go on a tangent like this, but because nothing against Seacock, I just don't like their points deal. I don't. You know what I mean? You know, you work hard all year, you put all the time, effort, money, and you come up with wins. You come up with top 5s. You come up with all of this stuff, and then one race, that's all taken away from you, and now you're not the champion. So I don't know. I don't agree with it. But we're gonna do our best. We're gonna go there and try to. I'd like to just go there and win all 4 races, but that's a little tough. But if I have to choose and only win one, I want to win the last one. So. But hey, thanks for joining, Fred. I really appreciate it. I gotta have you come on the podcast one day. Maybe you can. I don't know how to. I keep saying I don't know how to bring people in yet. But you can always stop by the shop, or I can come by your place. I don't mind. Go to the old Fred garage. Yeah, but the chase does suck. In my eyes, your eyes, Paul Vanessa's eyes, and Flying Fred also. I mean, But like I said, we got to play by their rules. It's their track. So, but yeah, definitely some point we're gonna have an old time with Fred. That'll be fun. We'll have a lot of laughs, a lot of old memories. Talk about some old racing before it was Ron and Fred show. When it was Fred and Fred and his old man racing. I got some pictures of that. We can show them the old garage where it all happened too. Where you won all those championships, and I'm sure you still have that old replica of your father's coupe. We can show them that. That'd be great. I think everybody would love that. I think that'd be great. So let me know. Maybe sometime I'll shoot up to your house on a Wednesday or something. And we can have a little bit of fun. We talk about old times and let everybody see what it took back in the day to win races and what you worked out of and how you did it. I think that'd be great. People love that stuff. But all right, guys, we talked another whatever. One, my ass is starting to hurt from sitting in this chair, and 2, I'm getting really hungry and I want to go eat some food. And go home, let my dog out because he probably needs to get his butt outside so he can do his thing. Oh, Mom's watching. I'm home. Was everybody happy to see me tonight? Yes, Mom. Everybody was happy. They say you were great. So you got to come by next time you're watching, you see on the podcast, come by and make another surprise visit so everybody can say hi. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to get going. I'm glad. I'm thrilled to have everybody watching, and I love the comments because it just makes it a lot easier for me to come up with stuff to talk about. When I'm sitting here by myself just babbling on, who wants to hear that? But got to see Kevin Boucher from Flagman Graphics. Anybody that needs any kind of, if you have a race car or even a street car or whatever, anything you need some lettering for, get in touch with Kevin Boucher from Flagman Graphics. He's at the track every Friday and Saturday, and he's up on Fridays though. He's up on the flag stand, so a little hard to get him then. But you can always reach out to me, and I can always hook you up with him, get you his number, and guys, maybe give him a little business, you know. We like to support the local guys, and you know, that support this sport. You know, he's making a little bit of side money on that, and you know, it's good. You know, I like Kevin. He's a good guy, and he does really phenomenal work. So. Yes, you got to see Kevin. We got to, you know, talk a little bit about some old school racing. Got to see the car now all set up. And then we had special guests. My mom came by. And then we had Flying Fred chime in, which was nice. I like talking with Fred. So I'll probably see you Friday, Fred, at the track. And maybe we can talk a little bit more. Maybe if you want to do something one day. I think we'd have a good time. It only you know, we don't have to stay on that long, hour, half hour, whatever is good for you. But all right, guys. Thanks again. All right, get up, and thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Tell your friends to like and subscribe to the Rough and Rowdy podcast, to our channel. It's free to subscribe, and the more people we have watching, the more comments we get. You know, the more fun we can have with this show. That's what it is. It's all about fun here. You know, we're not over here trying to break records and make a living off of this. This is just talk a little bit about racing, life, whatever comes up, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm game. All right, guys. Thank you. I will see you next time. If you see me at the track Friday or Saturday, come by, say hi, and who knows? Maybe I'll whip out the phone. We could do a little quick podcast or something. I don't know, whatever. But thanks again. We'll see you soon. God bless.